Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube world. I'm working on cleaning up this bottom crank pulley. This is the alternator pulley. How bad this is, flaking and stuff. I'm going to prep the intake. That's going to be black, black, black. And then these accessory brackets are going to be black. And then valve cover is going to be black. And I got the motor prepped and painted yesterday. It's Chevy orange. Went with the old traditional. That looks a lot better than it did before. I don't know if I'm going to still go through a little bit more or not. I think it's going to be pretty good. Actually, I got to close that garage door because blowing dirt and dust in here. So that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to try to stop rambling so much in the videos and just show you, try to make them a little bit shorter and a little bit more quicker, more value. So this is what the motor looks like after I scrubbed it down. It looks a lot cleaner. I might go ahead. I did pull the oil pan off, so I don't want to do too much more. I think, plus it's all painted up. So that's what it looked like. I took a lot of time, took a couple hours to get it in this condition. So at least all the flakes off, and that I didn't do any like real body work or anything to it to make it perfect. Again, this is just a daily driver. The paint and everything else is just meant to help stop the rust. I did paint the motor mount brackets orange just to try to make it stand out a little different. But I'm going to go ahead, what I'm going to do this with here, if I can find my drill, is I do plan on using a variety of these wire wheel attachments on my drill. I'm just going to go ahead and clean it all down. And this is aluminum, so you don't want to get too deep into it. But I do want to get it prepped down real nice. Wish I could have found one of those in chrome. Maybe someday if I can justify replacing the thermostat, I'll buy a chrome one. You know what, though? I don't want chrome. I want useful. This is the temp sensor for the computer. I may just go ahead and replace that because I hear quite often they go bad. This little guy kept spinning, so I got another one laying around here. Actually, this one looks brand new, so that'll be nice to go in there. This goes to the vacuum booster for the vacuum brakes. But I'm going to go ahead and wire wheel all this stuff down, clean it up really good, and then I'm going to paint it. I ended up buying black paint. I was going to paint the engine black, but then as I'm finding out with the Suburban, it's got a couple oil leaks I'm trying to track down, and it's real hard to do when the motor's black. So you can't really see where it's coming from. Plus, being gloss black, you don't know if it's leaking or not. So these valve covers came off of actually two separate motors. I got two motors in my scrap trailer out there. The original one that came in this Blazer and another one. And I couldn't get to both valve covers, so I pulled these off. They're going to get painted nice gloss black. I'm going to take a little bit more time on this stuff than I did on the motor because you're going to see this a lot more. But I think with the motor being orange and the brackets and stuff being black, I think it's going to turn out real good. I'm trying to get... Now this is the inside of this bracket, so not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to get the scale off. I'm going to concentrate my efforts on stuff that's seen. So I'm going to sand this down really good. And I'm going to... Actually, I'm probably going to go ahead and paint that too because it does seem to rust quite a bit. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Should I paint the inside of the pulleys or not to help it stop from rust? It will be driven just about every day, so maybe that'll help not rust it. I don't know what that does. So, okay, enough babbling. Gotta go. I'll turn you back on when I got all these prepped. Quick tip as you're doing this, getting this stuff clean. This is how I got this as good as I can get this for now. But what I did was I made sure to chip off any scale. Get as much scale. Be nice if I had it in the camera. All chipped off. I beat some of it down with a hammer too, because like little pieces. This had some bad stuff on it. For one, you want this to be nice and flat, and that was built up. That was built up probably that much, so it wouldn't have fit level on there. But I'm probably going to go ahead and take this to the grinder. Any flat surfaces, make sure this gets flat because you don't want it to wobble when it's all back together. But take that scale loose. Get as much scale and dirt off of it as you can, because that wire wheel right there will throw pieces at you. Make sure you're wearing face protection and a respirator, especially dealing with this rusty stuff. So that's it for now. Paint here, engine paint. And I want things to be a little different. Just a little different. I love doing these budget builds because they don't have to be perfect. I don't have the time and patience for show trucks. So you'll never see a show truck being built on my channel. So no SEMA stuff, no nothing. So I went through and wire wheeled it all down with the wire wheel. And I got it fairly clean. As clean as I can, you know, without spending years and years on polishing it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and just spray paint over everything. I'm going to paint both sides of the pulleys. That's actually the side you're going to see, but I wanted to get paint all on both sides. I got them all cleaned up pretty good. I got in there as good as I could with that wheel, and I told myself that's as good as I'm going to get them. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of paint on here. We're just going to throw some light coats. Mostly so that it don't rust is really all I want to do. And a little bit for looks. It's going to look good. If anybody ever sees me out in driving around, I put some of this stuff on local Facebook stuff. If you guys ever want to see under the hood or anything like that, or you know, want to check out the build up close, go ahead and tell me. Follow me on my channel, my subscribe. So we got 6 ducks today too. We went and got ducks. We got 20 chickens totally, which if you guys listen to the videos you can tell I've been sharing my garage with some chickens, and now we got ducks. That's one of my helpers, Caitlin, sometimes.
Hi.
She likes to help sometimes.
Ducks.
Well, after he's done painting, I will show the duckers.
So we're just not trying to cover the whole thing. It's actually coming out a lot better than I thought it was gonna. So, okay, show them the ducks.
Okay, on the trip to the duckies. The little ducklings and the chickens.
There are 8 of the chickens. And then our 6 ducks. The other chickens are bigger, so they're out in their coop. Look at how cute they are.
Okay, now back to work. Had enough fun with the ducks for a minute.
Okay. So we're just going along, and there's about 500 different angles. Maybe I exaggerated. 600. It's kind of hard to get absolutely everything, so I used this rubber mat that I have, and that helped a lot with using the drill, because it helped hold stuff in place a little bit, so that helped. You know, it'd be nice someday to work towards, you know, I'd like to do a project like this someday with, you know, being able to do it a little more, add a little bit more of a budget. Would like to, you know, sandblast all this stuff in a nice sandblasting cabinet, and then be able to sandblast all this stuff in a sandblasting cabinet, and then powder coat it all. Would make it all look, you know, a lot better. But this really is coming out a lot nicer than I thought it was gonna. and I was hoping for pretty good. What's going on here? Cleanup's gonna be heck around here. I used a lot of compressed air, so I got dirt splattered everywhere. Sucks not being able to have the radio on while we're doing this.
I got the horses in the back.
Oh boy.
Have they seen you? It's spicy.
And the bands in my pocket.
Caitlin wants to show you guys a little spicy. Give him a walk around a little spicy.
Come on, mini guys. You have to get a puller to get this in. The centrifugal clutch, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to get a puller to get that off and put it on that one. We don't know if the shaft sizes are the same yet or not. So
Yeah, they are.
Well, now we know that they are. And then we gotta put the seat back on and the fenders.
See, we recovered.
Yeah, we recovered.
Alligators.
Yep.
They bite you. It's like off the showroom floor.
Yeah. Alright.
All right.
That's
Alright, well that's what we got for now, guys. We
Square body shot.
got this painted. We still got a whole lot more to do. I'm just doing it in stages. The goal, I want to do it in steps. We got a whole interior to do. I got episodes coming for the interior. I got a bunch of how-to stuff on that. But for now, I want to get the engine sealed back up with valve covers and intake and all that, and in the Blazer, and then so that I can get my garage cleaned up. What I'm hoping to be able to do is usually we fit a car in that side and work on it, but I'm trying to get rid of a lot of this stuff to make it so that I can at least pull half a car in this stall. I'm probably going to put the bench over that way so that that's a nice little organized area. If I can at least get something in here to do like a brake job or something like that, at least I have 1.5 stall. But stuff like my transmission jack that I'm not using often needs to go out in the storage shed. And I got to put my chop saw back upstairs. Just a lot of the stuff I don't use on a daily basis. I got to find a good place for it. So that's it for now.
Subscribe, like.
Subscribe and like and stuff.
And take off.
All right, guys, we're back here. And I have this mainly assembled. I just got these valve covers sitting on here temporarily just to get them on there and see. I chose to go with this instead of what was on there. I'll show you what piece was on there before, but I just wanted to get a quick video in and show you guys kind of what my completed project is. Well, completed for today anyway. Getting ready to have birthday dinner that my cutie made for me. And Caitlin's been here supervising me.
Yep.
So I got the power steering pump on. I have to still take that line off that I had to cut earlier. But everything went back together fairly good. I got the intake back on. I need to line up number 1 cylinder, which is going to be easiest to do now. I got to take spark plugs back out later. But everything's looking pretty good. Got it painted. Looking fairly decent. It's going to work. It's the expectations I was thinking about. So I'm going to get number 1 cylinder lined up now. Yeah, you can see the groove right there, and I need to get it towards over that direction. So I'm going to get number 1 up and drop the cylinder down, but I just wanted to give you an update before I shut it down for the evening. And probably tomorrow I'm going to end up putting a different throttle body on, because this one came from the 92 and it has a different plug here. So I am going to use that other throttle body even if I have to rebuild it, because I'd rather have original throttle body with the original computer. I don't know much about these really, so I'm going to go ahead and match up throttle body with the computer. So that's it for now. If you like my content, please give me a like and a subscribe, and catch you guys later. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be dropping this in here and then maybe pulling the transmission transfer out of the donor. So it might be running sometime next week. All right. Do the right thing. Everybody be safe and healthy.